So, when we speak of the definition of love, we mention various aspects of this definition. Love can be defined as Allah's love for the creation. It can be defined from the angle of the creation's love for the creation. And thirdly, for the creation's love for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, the definition we just gave, which Imam Ghazali says that love is the soul, the ruh's inclination to something which suits it and pleases it, is the basic foundational definition when it comes to the human being. And he says, if you analyze this definition, that love is the soul's inclination to something that suits it and pleases it, then this pertains to the human being. Why? Because it shows that there's some imperfection in this person, and therefore the person is inclining towards something it lacks. And this person is made complete by attaining that which it lacks, and this person delights in having attained it. So this definition pertains to the human being, and this definition is impossible for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because there's no flaws and no need in Allah ta'ala. Now, number two, when we define Allah's love for the human being, or God's love for mankind, then Imam Ghazali says the following: Allah's love for the human being is defined as follows. It is for Him to draw him nearer. It is for Him subhanahu wa ta'ala to draw the human being nearer to Himself by doing two things. Number one, warding off distractions, things that distract us from Him. And number two, warding us off from sins. So when Allah Ta'ala desires or intends, or His will, in other words, is to bring us closer to Him, then His love becomes manifest in the following ways. He wards distractions off from us, and He protects us from sins, so that our inner, meaning our hearts, may be purified from the stress and worry and amassing of this world. And in that way, veils are lifted from our hearts, so that we may behold Him and witness His majesty and His beauty in everything around us. Now that is the definition Imam Ghazali gives for Allah's love for the human being. We've defined the basic idea of love. We've defined Allah's love for the creation. And thirdly, he says, there must be the human being's love for Allah. And he defines this as follows. As for the human being's love for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it is his inclination towards attaining the perfection which he utterly lacks and needs. Again, the human being's love for Allah Ta'ala is defined as an inclination towards attaining the perfection which the human being utterly lacks and needs. For he will doubtlessly yearn for what he lacks, and he will no doubt delight in attaining any part of it. And this kind of yearning, again, of this idea of love is impossible for Allah Ta'ala. So our lesson here is manifold. Primarily, that a definition applies to a certain creation. Our definition toward another human being will differ from the definition of our love toward Allah, and it will differ from Allah's love toward us.